Hey class, Carmen here. I had a few questions toward the end of the class, same type of question from a few people, so I thought I'd try and answer that all together in a video so everyone can check this out and everyone's clear what's happening for the next 6 weeks. So I'm going to take you through the course outline, and then we're going to look at each individual assignment quickly, and I'll explain it, and if you have any questions you can email me anytime. Okay, so what we just did was Modular 1, Week 1, which was January 18th. That was yesterday. So we learned all about user experience design. This week is the start of Module 2. So January 20th to the 26th, you're going to be going to Module 2 and going through all the work in Module 2. So I have a little bit of write-up for you that I've put together, some learning outcomes, and then I've assigned readings here for the textbooks that I brought up in class, and then there's also videos. For example, I have an episode of my podcast, and I have a video from another researcher. And then there's some optional resources down here. Then at the bottom, you'll see a practice activity and some discussions, and then links to your assignment. So for example, assignment 1 is due by Sunday of this week. So at the end of modular 1, assignment 1 is due. So let's take a look at the assignment. So that's going to be the basic pattern for each module, right? If you go from the course outline, you can click on the module for that week, and then it's basically laid out for you there like this. So this is module 3, which starts a week Monday. Okay, same type of thing. So assigned readings, assigned videos, some discussion questions that you'll be expected to answer in the discussion board, and then links to the assignment. So you can see on the course outline, it shows you each assignment and then when that assignment is due. Okay, so assignment 1, which is the survey, is due at the end of modular 1, which is January 26th by 11:55 p.m. Okay, so let's take a look at assignment 1. Assignment 1 is a survey. So essentially, I want you to get some practice creating and using an online survey tool. So there are a lot of free tools out there. For example, Google has a tool called Google Survey. There is SurveyMonkey that has a free version of their tool. If you essentially type in free survey tool into Google, you'll get 10 options that are very easy to use and set up. So pick one, and then I want you to create a survey that is designed to gauge the public perception of social media tools like Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, etc. So I want you to address the questions like, what social media tools are people using? How often do people use social media? What are people's attitudes and perceptions? Do people find utility in social media? If so, what kind? And do people currently see gaps in the current offering of social media? Okay, so then you need to get 20 people to answer your survey. So the way I do that, one way I do that is posting up on social media. You could tap people on the shoulder, send them links through emails, etc. It shouldn't be too hard to get 20 respondents. So once you get a respondents, you should summarize your report. So your survey should have a mixture of open-ended and closed-ended Likert-like questions. So Likert questions are questions that can be quantified. So I might say, how much do you like apples? And then I'd give you 5 options, which are, I hate apples, I don't like apples, I'm neutral on apples, I like apples, or I love apples. And then you could assign numbers to those values. An open question would be like, tell me what types of fruit you like to eat. And then people might say, oh, I like fruits, I like pears. It's more open-ended. So you should have a mixture of both, and you should summarize the findings of your summary in an appropriate way. So you might want to use graphs, you might want to use a bar chart, you might want to use a pie chart, you might want to highlight some quotes, for example. Okay, that's assignment 1. Assignment 2 is about information architecture. So in this assignment, you're going to go to this website called Random List untitled.com, and you're going to generate 100 random items, and you're going to create an organizational scheme for those items and explain why you organized them the way you did. Okay, and then there's some videos here you can check out about card sorting and about information architecture in general. Okay, so here's assignment 3, heuristic analysis. So remember I said heuristics are like rules of thumb, or more like general guidelines. And so Nielsen has 10 of them. They're called Nielsen's heuristics. And you can see them here. There's a link here to Nielsen's 10 heuristics. So I want you to study Nielsen's heuristics and understand them. And I want you to use at least 3 of the heuristics to analyze a website or application of your choice. Okay, so for each heuristic, you should have 2 to 3 points. So here's some material for you to read to get familiar with heuristics, and then you can go ahead and do that heuristic evaluation. And here they are here. So visibility of system status, match between system and real world, user control and freedom, consistency and standards, error prevention, recognition over recall, flexibility and efficiency, aesthetic and minimal design, help users recognize, diagnose, and recover from error, and help in documentation. Okay, assignment 4 is reverse engineer a wireframe. So I want you to practice drawing. So I want you to use a drawing tool, either Exure or Sketch. So you can use Sketch if you have a Mac. Sketch doesn't come on for PC. Exure is for both, and there is at least a 14-day demo. I think it's more like 30. And as a student, you can get a free license for Exure for a year. So I highly recommend you do that. So download any of those programs. And what I want you to do is go to Kijiji and reverse engineer the Kijiji website and draw a wireframe as if you were designing the Kijiji website. Okay, and then you submit your wireframe into the Dropbox. Assignment 5 is a usability test. So what I want you to do is I want you to test 5 participants doing a task, some doing the trackpad and some doing the traditional mouse. So the task that I want you to do is ask them to open up Microsoft Paint or some drawing tool. You can pick the drawing tool. Ask them to demonstrate to the participant the task of drawing 6 boxes with red borders and then filling in those 3 boxes with blue using both the trackpad and mouse. So reset the drawing canvas and ask the participant to perform the task you demonstrated. Ask each participant to do the task as quickly as possible. And then have each participant do the task once with the mouse, once with the trackpad. And then I want you to randomize the order. So for some of the participants, have them do the trackpad first. For others, have them do the mouse first. Then I want you to start a timer as soon as they start the task and stop the timer as soon as they complete it. Record all times in an Excel spreadsheet and then average the times in your group, in each group. Okay, and make note of the patterns you see. So that's a usability test. Then finally, for your class presentation, I want you, so this is the presentation that you're going to submit, or you're going to do March 7th. And that's, you're going to prepare a 5 to 7 minute presentation for the final on-site session. So you're going to discuss either your assignment 1 survey results, your assignment 3 heuristic analysis, or your assignment 5 usability test. Okay, that's it. So if you have any questions about the assignments or how to go through the modules, you can send me an email. But other than that, I think you are off to the races. Okay, talk to you later.